The Caribbean is known for its natural and captivating beauty, an abundance of sun, sea, forest, and nature. This beauty can sometimes be interrupted as the islands are vulnerable to natural hazards, including climate change, which can make existing climate-related hazards even worse. The islands can also fall victim to man-induced hazards. Over the years, many Caribbean people have lost loved ones, housing, infrastructure, basic access to necessities, and livelihoods due to the devastation caused by earthquakes, floods, hurricanes, storms, and other natural hazards. Due to the region's vulnerability to natural and man-induced hazards, building resilient nations and communities and being better prepared will help us to limit damage to our infrastructure, economy, and lives, thus reducing the likelihood of a disaster. The Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency is dedicated to creating a resilient Caribbean by partnering with participating states, regional and international partners in advancing comprehensive disaster management.
We have established the Comprehensive Disaster Management Strategy as one of the first roadmaps for achieving disaster resilience within the Caribbean and perhaps across the globe. We have established a regional response mechanism and successfully operated it in many of the countries which faced adverse conditions after disaster events. We will continue to advance the CDEMA strategy. We will continue with the strengthening of the regional response mechanism by bringing to bear all of the capacities that are being established across the region to respond to the needs of the Caribbean people during times of crisis and disasters. More importantly, we will continue with our advocacy for establishing disaster legislation and comprehensive disaster management policy using the model documents we have established so far.
Comprehensive Disaster Management (CDEMA) is seen as core to the achievement of a resilient Caribbean community. CDEMA acknowledges that while it is impossible to remove hazard, it is possible to build resilience through a number of actions. A resilient Caribbean requires transformation and is built on 5 pillars: social protection for the marginal and most vulnerable, safeguarding infrastructure, enhancing economic opportunity, environmental protection, and operational readiness and recovery. Investing in resilient nations and communities may be considered a major investment in the building and implementing stages, but the benefits outweigh the cost when damage and loss of livelihood is limited during and after the passage of a disaster.